So if you've been following the news for like the past 24 hours, it does seem like Sony is finally going to be announcing officially the PlayStation 5 soon, revealing it presumably with a video and showcasing the box and showcasing some games. This is thanks to two separate reports, one from GamesBeat or VentureBeat, the other from Bloomberg. Two pretty solid reporters with good track records there. Personally, I put some stake into what VentureBeat reports, and it seems like it's going to be slated for June 3rd. This is from sources that are familiar with it, so but also take that with the fact that this source also said that plans can change with the whole pandemic thing that has been happening. It might not be the case, but a lot of people are taking it as fact that next week Sony is going to finally give us some concrete, real, legit stuff about the PlayStation 5, which of course, as you guys probably know, they've been keeping it pretty close to the chest. And if it is actually going to be a thing, I'm still taking it with a grain of salt, but like if it does turn out to be really a thing, I am excited, and I wanted to take a minute to talk about it here. As you guys probably know, with this channel, hello newcomers, I like to talk about things that excite me. I like to talk about things that I'm looking forward to. I like to speculate and have fun. That's what I'm trying to do here. Talk about the things I like. And I like all platforms, so I'm not really leaning towards anything. I have all platforms. I play on all platforms. I don't really have a horse in any particular race. But I do want to talk about what is interesting about Sony, because Microsoft has literally shit all over the table. Like they put everything out there. They let people take apart the console. They've talked about everything from the graphics, like everything. Granted, they haven't shown enough gameplay yet, but that's probably going to change. But still, they put everything out. They've been talking, like they've been swinging their junk around from like 2 years ago now, it feels like, talking this thing up. Whereas PlayStation has barely said anything. They've trickled out little things here and there. They had the highly technical specs talk with Mark Cerny. Then they were like, here's the controller. My question is, when they reveal the PlayStation 5, obviously the number one thing I want is games. Of course, the video games that we're going to play on this machine. But if we're having a little fun here and we're having a conversation, like what's the hook? What's PlayStation 5's big hook? What's its mission statement? I think it needs to have something. And by something, I mean an angle. Like, so Microsoft's big thing, of course, is services. It's platform building. It's Game Pass. It's the way it integrates with PC. How you purchase the games, how you download the games. They're rethinking all of that stuff with their new console and building their platform. And then Nintendo Switch, which I really fell in love with, is interesting because it changes the way, it rethinks how we play games. You know, it's like portable and not portable, and you can do whatever you want with it, which I found to be really, really exciting. So what's PlayStation's next thing? Is it nothing? And if it is nothing and it's just whatever, there was PlayStation 4, now we got PlayStation 5, and it's got video games. Is that enough? It might be. I think that's really cool. But like on the other hand, like I like to be excited about new things. I like to be wowed. I like to be interested with more. And what is that going to be? Am I asking for too much? I don't know. I mean, like they killed the Vita. They killed the Vita. I don't know if you guys saw the Last of Us like preview video thing. They killed the Vita. Where's mine? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, they killed the Vita. I still love mine. But it makes me wonder, like what Sony's going to do. I can't help but get excited when we get the random leaks or looks at random patents that are for weird things like seemingly PlayStation cartridges or PlayStation handheld devices. A lot of those have been either debunked or just not turned out to be what we thought. Probably many will even make it to the PlayStation 5, but those things excite me just because they're weird, exciting, different things up to interpretation. Whereas, you know, we still don't know anything here. Again, the big thing might just be, whatever, we're PlayStation 5, we have the video games you want to play, and that's it. But I hate to say it, sometimes I want to get excited about a little more. If the technology is truly as impressive as the Unreal Tech Demo Engine thing says it's going to be, as fast as the I/O, the SSD speeds, are going to be, as said by Mark Cerny and Tim Sweeney, two computer super geniuses who I will kind of at least a little bit trust in the technical department. Are those faster speeds going to be enough to really change next generation games, change how games are made? Are developers going to rethink how they make games because they don't have to worry about load speeds and stuff like that? Because I'm a tech nerd. I love video game graphics. I love all that stuff. I can appreciate it. I'm a super snob right from when the HD era kind of started, even to my detriment sometimes, like my credit card and my money and my car and my life. But on the other hand, sometimes I do just like that big, exciting wow factor. Is this console going to be pretty? Is it going to do a new thing? I'm of two minds. I want to be dazzled. I want to experience something completely new with it. But on the other hand, compared to Nintendo and compared to the next generation of Xbox, a company and a console that just comes out and goes, we got games and they're good and you want to play them, I can respect that too, and I can totally get on board for that. And honestly, I think that's what some people want. I know there's a good chunk of players that's all they want. I think the big thing, of course, and whether it's Microsoft or Sony, is the amount and the caliber of games they're going to show off. Because I feel like the last console generations or so, we have learned that just a couple little games out of the gate, not too exciting. PlayStation 4 lineup wasn't ultra thrilling. The Xbox 360 had some okay games, but ultimately, you know, it takes some time to build these things up. But I feel like the position that they're in right now, Xbox and Sony, they're putting themselves in a corner where they have to have a couple of really amazing games right out of the gate to dazzle people, just because the way things are going. We're still getting new games right up until the end of this console generation. We're also getting new innovations in how we play the games and some backwards compatibility and parity between the new gen and the current gen. So there's a lot of questions in the air, and I hope they're all answered soon. I'm ultimately putting this video out for a conversation. That's what I like to do here the most, is number one, dive into things I can't talk about enough on Game Ranks. I don't have the time to talk about, and also just to talk with you guys here, a little more calm, a little more relaxed. I'd love to know what you think. Please leave your if you have console fanboyism, kind of, can you leave that out the door? I don't know. I feel like we're all adults here, or at least, you know, as much as you can. We're all human, but like from a truly speculative standpoint, what are you thinking? What do you think Sony needs to do? What do you want Sony to do? Because I would like to hear it from both sides. Honestly, if you are a complete Sony fan, what do you want them to do? If you are a Microsoft fanboy, what do you want them to do to get you to jump ship or something like that? Let's talk about all this stuff. And if you do like what I'm doing here, just rapping about stuff I like, stuff you like, clicking the like button can actually really help this channel. And I do appreciate that, my dudes. But yeah, let me know. Let's talk. But thank you for listening to me ramble. I do really appreciate it, my dudes. We're gonna have a lot more to talk about soon, so look forward to that. Thank you, and of course, still getting used to ending these videos. Of course, you can subscribe because video games. We'll see you guys later.